I'm sure we've all heard you can bring a horse to water, but you can't force him to drink. You can even bring a thirsty horse to water and you still can't force him to drink. I used to have an idea of how I wanted my life to turn out. Some people call it a dream or a goal or whatever you want to call it. I used to have this thing and I couldn't bring myself to take the necessary actions on a day-to-day basis to bring that immaterial thing into our material world. Back then, I would say that it was because of many different reasons. It was because I was too young, too short, too insecure, too inexperienced, too many things that were wrong with me and wrong with my environment. The people around me are too weird, they're too pretentious, they're unethical, the government has too much control, the media is brainwashing people with fear, and it's too late for me because they already all know each other, and I'm just new here. I'm new here, and everyone thinks I'm weird. That's what I used to think. And if I kept thinking those things, I would still be in a state of helplessness and never taking any action, just stuck in fear of what other people think. Eventually, thanks to listening to other people that had that kind of life that I wanted, I realized that they all had those thoughts as well at one point in their lives. But then they changed the way they thought. They changed the way they thought, and it didn't happen overnight. In a lot of ways, human beings are like computers because we are programmable. From the moment we are born into this world, we are constantly being programmed. Unfortunately for some of us, the programming we received at a critical early age was done unconsciously and without any purpose other than to survive. There's nothing wrong with survival, but for one person to survive, it doesn't take very much. When we can start to think about others and how to help them survive, then we're thinking a little bit bigger. However, for some people, that shift in thinking never happens. The opposite happens, where some people start to think of every way they possibly can to take something away from someone else to help themselves survive. They take, and every time they do, they want to take more and more the next time, and it's never enough. It's never enough until one day. This one day is the day that those that never made that shift in thinking finally have enough. I was this way until I had enough. I had enough pain, suffering, self-loathing, fear, and darkness, and enough was enough. I was disgusted with myself. I found that every person that I listened to that had the kind of life that I wanted also had this moment of separation between the I and the myself. Some call this moment an out-of-body experience. An out-of-body experience can be triggered by a near-death experience because of a car accident, overexhaustion, any type of freak accident and near-death experience, or through years and years of self-reflection, meditation, or just a few weeks consistently practicing the Monroe Institute's Gateway Experience. Whichever way this out-of-body experience is triggered, it can drastically change someone's life and the way they look at things seemingly overnight. It can change their habits, the things they focus on, and even the way they think. This experience can change them completely, and they always have the choice to go back to how they were. We always have the choice to go back to the self-inflicted pain, suffering, self-loathing, fear, and the darkness, and we always have the choice to go the opposite way. We can bring a horse to water, but we can't force him to drink. I was brought to water, and I made the choice to drink. I made the choice to drink until I had my fill. So much so that I was able to bring buckets to fill up by the water so that I could bring them back to where there was no water and I could share with others. But even when I brought the water to the horse, I still couldn't force the horse to drink. So I decided to try to bring it to another horse and then another horse, and as many as I could, and many did not drink, but some did. And those that did were healthy and could go back to running around on the fields until they needed more water again. Then I showed them where I got my water, and I still could not force the horse to drink. But by this time, I had shown so many the way I had been shown that some did make the choice, and it was not something that I had to force. So here you see in the background the world that I've been working on, and we don't have the Nile River started yet, but we have some of the pyramids. And after we're done building these, we'll work on the Sphinx and the river. And we're doing all of this for the $500 giveaway happening in 2 weeks on June 7th, 2024, where I'll be hiding an item somewhere in this world, and whoever finds it first gets the $500. You can connect to this world in the description. You can find the link to connect to this world, and you can also find the link to connect to our Discord server in the description below. And the giveaway is only 2 weeks away, and it will be happening live. So I'll see you guys then. Peace.